Okay, Tim, I hope we can start. Are any other person who need to join? Whether we want to wait or can we start? Because others also waiting here. So, okay, let me. Yes, sir. Yes, Abdullah. Okay, let's start now. So, meantime, others can join. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, before starting with the day two, actually, so I would like to give a few minutes, like just to get your feedbacks, like how was the day one session? Any anything which is not clear or something like that. So I would like to understand from you all, like, so anything, any other clarification which is required from the day one, what we had discussed so far. Any questions which you guys have to be addressed? So let me know. I'll just address those things. Then I'll start with the day two.
صباح الخير يا شباب، اخباركم ايه؟ حد طبق حاجه من اللي عملناه امبارح؟ عند حد اسئله من اللي حصل امبارح؟ كل شيء تمام؟ ويا ريت حاولوا تكلمونا إن الناس التانية اللي عايزه تدخل معانا عشان نبدا، يعني حاولوا اتصلوا بيهم تليفون كده، جربوا معاهم، قول لهم ادخلوا معانا يلا، وصلوا حد فينا عشان هنبدا.
I hope my screen is visible, right? So I am not getting any feedbacks like with any additional questions. So I'm just considering this silence as we are all on the same page, like everything is clear for the day, things which was covered on day one. I'm just moving on to the day two. So still let me know if there is any questions. We are happy to help you and we are ready to address your questions. Now for the day one. So is there any persons who can consolidate like what are the things we had covered so far and what we are just for the day one? Anyone or any person?
طب حد من الشباب بيقول لنا طب احنا خدنا ايه امبارح؟ طيب نسألكم احنا، انتوا شايفين كفرنا ايه امبارح؟ يعني حاجات الشغل بتاعكم، حد يشرح لنا ايه اللي حصل امبارح او فهم حاجة منه؟ طب قول لنا اي حاجة طيب يا شباب، ما عندكمش مايك ولا ايه؟
هلا
كل
عبد
واحد يفتح
الرحمن.
المايك يقول طيب اي حاجة، يقول لنا طب تمام
هلا عبد
اوكي.
الرحمن، كنت ما الجماعة الجماعة شابكين، يعني ما عندك مشكلة، توكل على الله.
تمام يعني.
Okay, we can continue, right? Okay. So let me rephrase it everything like what we have covered day one. So we covered it like and how to create a new customer and do a normal sales transaction with the different types, how to avoid a line item, transactions, how we can void and how we can suspend and recall the transaction and return process also we had seen like how it will be. So still this point we had covered everything and also with the discounts also like with the discount like employee discount how it will be. So those part also we covered. So any questions so far from this area?
احنا بنسألكم بس على الحاجات اللي احنا عملناها امبارح، لو حد عنده أسئلة في موضوع الديسكاونت او حركات البيع او المرتجعات. نكمل زي ما احنا يعني. طب احنا شايفين ناس عدد قليل بتاعهم موجودين، عايزين عدد الناس، باقي الناس تدخل، حد يتصل بيهم طيب، اي حد يعرف اي حد يتصل بيه. انتوا 15 بس، امبارح كنتوا حاجة و30 تقريبا. الباقي ما حدش جاي يعني ولا ايه يا شباب؟ محمود طيب موجود؟ بلال؟
هلا عبد الرحمن، تقدر تكمل يا عبد الرحمن؟ لو
طب
حد عنده حاجة هيبتدي يتكلم.
طب شوف لنا
شايف
بس
الناس
الناس
ساكتة
اللي
ليه؟
عندكم، شوف لنا الناس
ال-
عندكم، الباقي الناس يعني عدد قليل،
تمام، خلينا نشوف
في ناس كتير ما دخلتش.
هم معظمهم كاشيرية، بس معظم مديرين الفروع دلوقتي اللي انا شايفه موجودين.
يعني اوكي،
يسر موجود،
الناس الموجودة
في
تكفر
مدير
يعني.
الفرع الحسا، كله موجود.
طيب اوكي.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, let me continue with the next part.
والاريا مانجر
Like
مستر محمد عنده مشكلة بس في المايك، فعشان كده الصوت مش واضح ليكم. تمام.
طيب
بس
تمام
هو
اوكي.
موجود، يعني اللي هو المعنيين بالموضوع اللي هو المديرين الفروع موجودين كلهم.
طب تمام.
تمام.
thanks for the confirmation. So let me just move on to the next thing. So I'll just show you on by. So this part like transaction voiding and then the payment voiding we had seen. And then the transaction options like suspending the transaction, recalling the transaction, return transaction, and then giving the also is fine. Now we using the credit memo currently in KC?
حد بيستعمل موضوع كريدت ميمو يعني،
Means
لما
لا يا
ترجع
عبد الرحمن، لا
الفلوس؟
يا عبد الرحمن،
ما بتستخدموهاش ها؟
لا لا لا، استاذ ماشي.
اوكي.
okay, fine, no problem. Then return product. For example, if the customer is coming, okay, this scenario we will start with. Yesterday we had seen like after making a sales transaction, if the customer comes up with the receipt, using that receipt, how we can do the return transaction. Now Okay, now we know that the customer is coming up with the item and we know the customer he has bought and he's not having the receipt. So directly how we can return the product.
احنا عارفين طبعا موضوع المرتجعات بتتعمل ازاي، امبارح ما شرحناه. هنشرح بقى تاني الطريقه بتاعته، حد عايز يسال فيها حاجه برضو هنشرحها تاني دلوقتي.
Okay, if I'm clicking on this return product, okay, first we need to scan any of the item which the customer is coming for return. Let's consider like this is the item which the customer is coming for return. Then after scanning the item, what we want to return actually, click on this return button. Then system is asking what is the reason for returning this. So the same way, like whether the customer has changed or this is a defect product. So let's consider this is a defect product which the customer is coming up with. Then if I'm clicking OK, so this actually right now we can see the quantity as in positive signal means initially after scanning the item system will think like sales. Now after selecting this return product and after giving the reason system will change the quantity to -1 means it is a return transaction.
دلوقتي لما نعمل سكان للايتم هيظهر عندنا الايتم اللي موجود ان احنا هنرجعه. تمام. وهنحط السبب بتاعنا اللي احنا معتادين عليه. بعد ما نحط السبب عليه المفروض ان هو الكميه دلوقتي محطوطه واحد، كميه واحده بس اللي هترجع، بس معموله بلس او يعني مش بماينس. مجرد ما نحط ان هو ريتيرن هيظهر لك بعد كده ان انت هيبقى بماينس.
Now you can click after clicking the reason and selected this return product, you can change, you can see the quantity got changed to minus actually means now we are doing the return transaction without any receipt. If the customer comes for the return product, okay, as per our policy, we have to accept, okay, then we can just right now as we are not following the credit memo directly. So if you want to give the cash back to the customer, you can click on the cash payment method and conclude the transaction.
طبعا العمليه ديت ان احنا بتبقى بنرجعها اللي هي الايتم اللي هو مرتجع من غير فاتوره. لما تقول له ريتيرن برودكت بتخش على الايتم نفسه، وبمجرد ما تقول له ريتيرن اللي هو يظهر لك بالماينس زي ما انت شايف كده ان هو ده مرتجع. فطبعا احنا ما بنشتغلش بكريدت ميمو، فهتروح ترجع له الفلوس. هتشوف طبعا اخر سطر مكتوب عندنا اللي هو 6 دينار بين اقواس. طالما بين اقواس كده يبقى المبلغ ده ترجعه له. فهتضغط على طريقه الدفع او اللي هي الطريقه اللي احنا المفروض نعملها اللي هي الكاش. هرجع له الفلوس وكاش، وهنضغط عليها الكاش عشان ترجع له الفلوس.
I'm just clicking this cash. It is showing -6. -6 means we want to give it back to the customer. So I'm just clicking enter. Now, if you want to send this return to the customer's email address, you can collect and send it. If not, mean just click don't send. So now we have done, we had seen a scenario of if the customer is coming up without any receipt and if the management, okay, it's if the management is giving the decision, like even if the customer is coming without receipt also, if they are giving the authority to return based on the quality checking and all. So once everything is okay, then we can follow this process to return the product directly without without having a receipt.
طبعا عمليه المرتجع ديت لازم تكون من خلال الاداره عندنا، لو هم سمحوا بالايتم دوت ان هو يرجع من غير فاتوره. هو لازم مرتجع بفاتوره. بس احنا بنوريكم السيستم بيعمل ماشيها ازاي وبيعملها ازاي. تمام. نفس الشيء لما خلصت واديته الفلوس ظهر لك على السيستم ان هو يرجع لك المبلغ اللي هو 6 دينار اللي انت ترجعهم له. وبعد كده لو حطيت ايميل او ما حطيتش ايميل وبيجي لك اللي ايه اخر حركه في العمليه ديت، بتقول له اوكي، فبيظهر لك ان هو انت اديته المبلغ 6 دينار وخلاص.
Now we had seen one flow like if the customer is coming without receipt, directly collecting the item to us and giving the cash back. Now there is another scenario called exchange. The customer is coming with a defect product and he wants to exchange with something else. So I will show you now how to do the exchange without a receipt.
الطريقة التانية بقى اللي هنعملها دلوقتي، لو هو جاي معاه منتج معاه وعايز يرجع المنتج دوت، وفي منتج تاني هياخده، أو نوريك العملية دي ازاي دلوقتي.
Now I'm scanning the item which the customer is coming for return. After scanning the item, now what I'm going to do is like first I'm going to tell the system like I want to return this. So I'm clicking on this return product. Customer change his mind, or he is coming for defect product, something like that, to exchange with. I'm clicking OK. Now this is added like an return transaction. Now again I'm just going to add some item to this particular sales transaction. What are the item which the customer wants to exchange with? Now you can see on same transaction, so it has both negative quantity as well as positive quantity. Negative quantity means it's a return. We are receiving the goods to us and we have to give the money back to the customer. This positive quantity means we are selling to the customer and the customer has to pay to us. Now after doing this one, initially we have to give, when the customer is returning the item with the 6 KD, we have to give the customer back the 6 KD, right? Now he is buying something else worth of 5.50. Now again it is showing minus 0.50 means the balance 0.50 we need to give to the customer back.
تمام، عشان لكم برضه على نفس العملية بتاعت امبارح، ان انت حطيت الايتم اللي هو عايز مرتجع بيبقى بالسالب، والايتم الجديد تمام، ويظهر اذا الفرق عنده تحت موجود عنده الفرق اللي هتديه للعميل الباقي، اللي هو بين قوسين ان انت هترجع له المبلغ دوت.
Now there is another scenario which I will tell you. For example, this is in a negative, let's say minus quantity, means we have to give the change back to the customer. Now instead of one quantity, let's consider the customer is buying two quantity of this new item. Now you can see, compared to the return amount what he is giving, what he is purchasing is more. So in such case it's showing the positive value, so means the customer has to give this balance to buy these two items. So this is another scenario.
في طريقة تانية ممكن برضه، ان اللي ممكن العميل يكون معاه قطعة وبعد كده راح ضايف قطعة تانية، فانت ممكن تعدل القطعة برضه نفس الشيء، اللي هو يشتري لك قطعتين، وبعد كده المفروض ان انت هتشوف قدامك الكمية، المبلغ اللي موجود ظهر قدامك للخمسة دينار، المفروض ان هو العميل هيدفع المبلغ ده.
Hope these two scenarios, like all the three scenarios, like if the customer is coming for return and for return only, or exchange with item with has a less amount, or if the customer is buying more quantity newly, so how to, whether we want to give it to the customer or the customer has to give it to us. So based on this positive or negative, we can come to know like this positive means the customer has to give it to us. If it is like with a bracket means it is negative, we have to give it to the customer. So this way we can differentiate in the exchange orders whether the customer has to give to us or whether we want to give it to the customer.
زي ما قررنا برضه ان احنا ناخد بالنا من السطر الاخير، المبلغ اللي هيدفع او اللي هو تديهوله على حسب العمليه اللي هتبان قدامك، اللي هو الماينس او النيجاتيف او واللي هو الحاجه الجديده اللي هو بياخدها. تمام، بتبص على اخر العمليه برضو عندك وتديله المبلغ بتاعه، فانت لازم تركز على السطر الاخير.
I'm just concluding this transaction and I need to collect 5 KD from the customer. I'm just clicking on, let's consider the customer wants to pay to cash. So I'm just clicking on this. I need to collect 5 KD from the customer as a cash payment method. Now, so return, whether the customer is coming up with the receipt, yesterday I had shown you. So if the customer is coming without receipt, still I'm telling this, if management is giving the permission to return without receipt, then do this one. If not means, please check with the management whether this is allowed to do or not.
دلوقتي طبعا احنا عملنا امبارح الطريقه اللي هي بنرجع الكاستمر او العميل بيرجع له بالفاتوره. والنهارده المفروض العمليه الثانيه اللي هي من غير فاتوره، على حسب ما الاداره ما تقول عندكم، او على حسب العمليه بتمشوها ازاي. ممكن في اعتماد على حسب مدير الفرع، ممكن بيمشيها او بترجع الاداره او كده.
We can continue, right? Now, okay. Now, yesterday we had seen whenever we are scanning any items, how the system will give you the predefined discounts by the management. Now I will show you some additional manual discounts, what are the additional discounts which you can give it. Okay, now I will just do on sales transaction and I will show you manual discounts.
دلوقتي الطريقه الثانيه اللي احنا نعملها ان احنا نحط مانوال ديسكاونت، اللي هو طريقه يدويه بنحط الخصم. يعني احنا شفنا امبارح عن طريق الموظف بيجي له خصم تلقائي، دلوقتي احنا هنحط الخصم بايدينا احنا.
Now I added a customer. This customer is our employee actually. So when I'm adding this item, any item, you can see the items got added, and on this he is an employee, so that is the reason. Let's consider like these are some newly launched products. So in these products will give the employee discount of 25%. Now there are some exceptional cases where you'll be getting a approval, a special kind of discount which you can give it from the management, or if we are getting such kind of approval actually based on that approval only, not directly. So based on their approval. So if you want to give some additional discount on top of the employee discounts, just go to this discount part, manual discounts, and for example, line level discount, any particular item, if they are saying like you can give the discount, just click on this line discount. Generally here from it is, if it is like a line discount, click on this three dots, the line actions, line discount, discount percentage, whatever it may be for a specific item.
دلوقتي بعد ما حطينا الايتمز وقبليها طبعا حطينا رقم العميل، رقم العميل ده موظف عندنا، فخد الايتم ديت فبيظهر له الخصم بتاعه عادي 25%. طيب دلوقتي لو في قطعه مثلا فيها مشكله او شيء، او عنده خصم تاني من الاداره خد خصم معين عليه، فبطريقه اللي عنده الصلاحيه ان هو يدي خصم اكبر، هيخش باليوزر بتاعه وهيقف على الاكشن اللي هي الثلاث نقط ديت. دي الاكشنز بتاعت اللاين بتاعنا، او اللي هي الحركه اللي انت المفروض تعملها، اللي هي الثلاث نقط دول تضغط عليها هيظهر لك العمليات اللي ممكن تعملها، اللي هي خصم بنسبه مئويه عليها. دلوقتي نعمله خصم بنسبه مئويه عليها وهنوريها لكم دلوقتي.
Now if I'm okay, for example, line discount we are going to give it. Like for example, for the whole transaction itself, if they're saying like some additional discounts can be given. Let's say 10% of the discount can be given. In some case scenarios, so to give the whole transaction discount, we have to come to this discount, manual discounts, and then the total discount percentage for whole transaction, for the whole bill.
دي الطريقه الاولانيه احنا قلناها اللي هو على مستوى القطعه الواحده. في طريقه تانية على مستوى الفاتوره كلها، بتختار في الاكشن هنا في التوتال ديسكاونت، لا اما برسنتج او اللي هو عمليه خصم نسبه مئويه، او هتبقى في خصم بين المبلغ من الاجمالي.
Let's consider I want to give additionally, let's say on top of 25%, I want to give another 5% of discount. I'm just giving 5. I'm clicking OK. Now you can see some more additional discount got applied. If you are expanding this, you can can see employee discount 25% discount got applied. On top of that, additionally 5% of discount also got applied for this particular whole transaction. Let's say if you are checking on each line, you can see right now I had given for the whole bill. So it will divide and it will split to the each line. See, yes, everything got done because these are all the full price items. So already employee discount got applied here plus 5, totally 30%. Where it is? No. See, first it will, what it will do is like employee discount 25 it will give you. Okay. What is the final amount it is there? On top of that it will, okay. It will, for example, 10 KD is my total value of that line. It is giving 1%. Let's say 10% discount means 1 KD. So after giving that 1 KD, it is already a discounted price. That 1 KD is a discounted price. Balance is 9. For that balance 9 only, it will give 5%. That is the reason why it is showing like 28.75. Yes, after discount, there is some amount, right? For that amount only, you are giving additional discount. Already discounted, for example, for the total value of 100, 10% means 10 KD, right? So already I had given 10 KD as a discount. So balance is only 90 KD is there. Now, what should I do? If I'm giving additional discount means already discounted item, discounted value, I should not give again. So what system is doing? It is removing that discounted value. 10 KD is a discounted value already. So balance is 90 KD only the customer has to pay. What I should do, I am giving additional discount to them. Okay. On top of that, whatever the balance the customer has to pay, I am giving 5%. Means from the 90 KD only I am giving 5%. Got it? Correct. Generally, you are going to the store, you are asking initially some discount. They are giving 10% discount. Let's consider like out of 100 KD, you already got 10% discount. Balance you have to pay only 90 KD. Now again you are checking with them like to give more discounts. They are giving discount where they will give whatever the balance amount you have to pay. From that one, they will be giving like additional rate. So this is how the system will work.
بعد ما حطينا الايتم ولقينا عليه خصم من 25%، بنروح على توتال ديسكاونت اللي هو نعمل له خصم 5% عليه اجمالي. تمام. فبنخش على كلمه توتال ديسكاونت 5% ونحط الخمسه اللي هي الخمسه ديت الخصم بتاعه اللي هياخده الاضافي عليه. فبيظهر لك عندك على طول في اللاينز الموجود عندك المبلغ الاجمالي
பாயிண்ட்
الخصم.
நம்ம லாஸ்டா அந்த இது மிஸ் ஆயிருந்தல வந்திருக்காரு அது மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டா கேட்டு. Okay. So I hope this is clear, like how the standard predefined discount by the management, how it will get applied in some exceptional cases only with the approval from the management. If they are saying like some additional discount can be given, in that case, how to give a discount on top of the existing one. Any doubts on this one for anyone?
حد عايز يسأل سؤال في طريقة الخصم ديت؟ طريقة الخصم ديت بتبقى عن طريق حد يكون عنده الصلاحيات ديت.
If everyone is being silent, so I will be considering like you guys understand on this one, and there is no questions also. So yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, now I'm just concluding this transaction. So this is how we can have a standard discount, how a manual discount will work, and to give the manual discounts where we have to go for. Now again, I'm giving one more time. So in this manual discount, I will remove these two. So these two will not be here. So you have to give line discount from this line action. Only these two will be there. The first one is for discount percentage. If they're saying like 5 additional percent it can be given. This is like an amount discount means 10 KD, 5 KD directly. If they're saying like in the total value, you can give the means this is like an amount one. This is discount one for the total bill. One, only these two will be there. I will remove these two options.
في طريقة خصم المانوال ديت احنا بنضغط كلمة خصم مانوال اللي هو بتكتبه بإيدك، فأنت عندك خصم بالنسبة للمئوية والخصم بمبلغ الإجمالي أو مبلغ بتحطه بإيدك. في عندك الاثنين ايكون اللي فوق دولت هنشيلهم بعد كده، بحيث ان انت تقدر تختار بين اللي هو الثلاثه دوت على طول، 3 نقط اللي جنب الايتم على طول تشتغل عليهم.
Okay, now I covered all these places like how to add item, how to make a sales transaction, create customer, everything we had covered here. Now I am just going for the other activities. Let's say reports, generally report kind of thing, how we can see it. Now this is the place, if you're coming to the home, you will be seeing reports. If you're clicking on this, there are many standard reports we are having. Each report one by one you can see. This is a sales based tab actually. If you're giving any particular date, and the system will show you the result for the selected date for each employee wise with between this period. What are all the employees who has done the sales transaction and what is the sales statics? Let's say how many quantity he has sold, how many transactions he has sold, what is the total value, how many returns he has done, and what is the total quantity return he has done, and what is the return amount. Like this, we will be having the complete sales and return details for each employee like this for the selected date interval. Sorry, this is for, okay, where we have to go to is like in the home screen under reports, we will be having all the standard reports here.
دلوقتي لو في خانه عندنا بتاعت الريبورتات موجوده، فتظهر عندك الريبورتات اللي بتحتاجها يوميا كلها، كل اللي انت بتحتاجه في يوميا بتلاقيه. لو احنا قلنا عايزين نعرف من خلال السيلز باي ستاف، اللي هو المبيعات اليوميه اللي عملها الموظف دوت، بتظهر عندك العمليات كلها اللي هي المبيعات او المرتجعات او كل اللاينز بتبقى موجوده قدامك.
Okay, now you can just go through all this report one by one, same way like this. For example, if you want to check, for example, in your store, there are multiple terminal, POS terminals, let's say 5 terminals you are having, and you want to see the result, store sales transaction by each POS terminal, this is a report. And if you want to see what are the top 10 products which is selling, and how many store return transaction was done. So for a particular date interval, if I'm giving like this, you can see how many return transaction was done, on which date, what is the transaction details, what who is the employee has done, what is the item was returned, what is the quantity was returned, what is the return amount, something like that. So this is for return transactions.
من ضمن الريبورتات اللي احنا عندنا موجوده كذا ريبورت ممكن تخش فيهم الريبورتات هتعرفوهم على طول سهله يعني. فعندك ريبورت مثلا اللي هو عايز تعرف المرتجعات اللي حصلت في اليوم دوت والريبورت نفسها، فتلاقي العمليات كلها اللي تمت او متغطى عليها ستور ريتيرن ترانزاكشن، هتلاقي كل العمليات اللي تمت عندك والموظف والبيانات بتاعته والمبلغ بتاعها والكميه، كل المعلومات اللي ممكن تلاقيها.
Now on all this report, we had given an option to export to Excel. So on the below, you can see the print button here. So if you are clicking this print button, you can see there is an Excel sheet. Okay. With current data, whatever the filter you had given and the result what you are seeing, that can be exported as an Excel. When you are clicking on this print button, you can see there is an Excel got exported. If you are clicking this one, you can see the current data what you had filtered, whatever you had filtered, so you can see it here. This is the report and this is the data, whatever the data which you had seen from the report.
طبعا عندك دلوقتي بعد ما طلعت الريبورت دوت موجود فيه العمليات بتاعتك اللي هي المرتجعات كلها، في اوبشن اضافي عندك ان انت ممكن تحول الكلام دوت على اكسل فايل عشان لو حبيت عايز تشتغل عليه بطريقه معينه او اي شيء. فبتضغط على برنت ديت هيجي لك الملف يظهر لك على طول قدامك كاكسل فايل، وتشوف عدد العمليات اللي انت عامل موجوده عندك وتحكم فيها لو عايز تعدل فيها اي شيء او تعمل لها صورة معين بشكل تاني معين.
Similar way for all other standard report also we are given this export options. Now there is some other reports we had built actually. Let's say store weekly by right now. This is a standard report, store sales by hourly. If I'm giving multiple date interval, let's say 1 and 2 altogether, for these 2 days, the system will show you a consolidated value. For example, for 1 and 2, between this 10 to 11, these are the sales transaction which is done. So this is a report actually which will show you sales transaction by hourly basis for your store.
في طريقة ريبورت تانية اللي هي ستور سيلز باي اور. دي ان انت بتقدر تعمل بحث عن طريق الساعات، يعني شوف عدد الساعات اللي عندك كان فيها زحمة كتيرة مثلا، عايز تعرف الساعات دي السيلز بتاعها تم قد ايه في المدة ديت في عدد ايام معينة. فبتظهر عندك البيانات بتاعتك ان انت الساعة من الساعة 10 للساعة 11 ومن الساعة 11 ل 12. فانت على حسب التحديد اللي انت تحدده بيجي لك البيانات بتاعتك عن طريق بالساعة.
Now there was a new report we had built, store weekly sales report by hourly basis. Now this report which I will give you, for example, if I'm taking any particular day, let's say today I'm taking 210 actually. If I'm clicking OK, what system will do is like, I'm just telling you this way. For example, this is a second. So excluding the second, it will take last 7 days. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It will take from 25 to 1 actually. So for these 7 days, okay, last 7 days, what was my sales transaction on each day wise? It will not give you like an consolidated way. For example, 25th, on 25th, from 12 to 1 and 1 to 2, like this. For each day wise for my store, it will show the result for each day wise for last 7 days.
في عندنا كمان ريبورت عملناه مخصوص ليك من ضمن التقارير اللي عملناها، كان حد من طلبه يعني مخصوص فعملناه، اللي هو التقرير الاسبوعي بالساعه. فلو انت اخترت الريبورت دوت هيدي لك اخر 7 ايام، تمام، ويدي لك كل يوم حصل مبيعات في الساعه بتاعتها، كل ساعه كام المبيعات بتاعتها، وبيدي لك الكميات بتاعتها نفس الشيء، كل حاجه موجوده قدامك. لو حد عايز معلومه تانية اضافيه ولا شيء يبلغنا بيها، بس هو كفر او شايف كل حاجه حصلت بالنسبه للساعه في الايام ديت.
Now this will help you to see like last 1 week of sales transaction for each device and then the hourly basis. This is some new report which we have developed and this is also which is available for you. The next one is like sales consolidation report. What currently what you are having, there is one missing thing which is there, but we will make sure that is also there. Start date and start time, end date and end time. So we will bring the time also here. When you're running that one, same like how you are having the sales consolidation current report, whatever you are having from past, right? The same report with the same logics will be available here.
في تقرير تاني، التقرير التاني دوت اللي هو مبيعات مجمعه. المبيعات المجمعه ليك انت بتعملها بتشوفها خلال شهر مثلا او اي شيء، وتشوف بقى الحاجات المبيعات بتاعتك كلها اللي حصلت عن طريق الايه، المبيعات اللي هي مجمعه.
Now there are other two reports we are going to build that I will give you an like an information. One is an day in report currently what you are having, right? For the whole store. For example, if I'm having 5 terminals, for all the 5 terminals consolidated report of my store, let's say what is my sales transaction, return transaction, and each cash denomination wise what is the like what is the amount which we are collected. That's end of the day report we are going to build and that will be ready during the live.
في تقرير تاني هنعمله اللي هو بيبين لك عدد الكاشير عندك، او عندك 5 كاشير، تفصيل مفصل بكل واحد مع حدة، وبيكون ريبورت مجمع ليهم كلهم. ده اللي شغالين فيه دلوقتي ومفروض هنعمله لكم على اللايف ان شاء الله.
And there is another report also we are going to build. Currently you are having an electronic journal report. So there is an alternative report we are going to give it similar kind of report to fulfill the same thing what you are doing from the electronic journal. So that also a new report we are going to build, that also will be ready for the go live electronic journal report. End of the day report will be like a summary report only, like it will show like how much sales transaction done, return transaction, what is the value. It will show summary only for the whole store. Now the second report is like detailed report. Electronic journal report means how many times they had opened the like how many times they had opened the drawer, what cashier like given the discount, kind of each activity based a summary like a detailed report. That is an electronic journal report. And another report. So currently they are having that report. We are going to build one more report.
في ريبورت تاني بنعمله دلوقتي شغالين عليه، تمام، برضه هيجيلكم على اللايف دوت، بيبقى تفصيلي كل شيء تم على الكاشير دوت. لو حد من المديرين او اي حد من اللي هو بيراجع بيشوف بيعمل اناليسيز او بيعمل تحاليل الحاجات اللي بتحصل في الفرع او بالنسبه للكاشير، عايز يعرف بقى المبيعات بتبقى زحمه امتى، تفاصيل امتى، دخل امتى وخرج امتى، امور كلها بتفصل دي كلها. ده الريبورت ان شاء الله شغالين عليه، هيجي لكم بعدين مع اللايف.
And this is about the reports, and there is another report also, top product. Let's say now with the current product current report, you are having top 10 products which was sold for the whole let's say store. Now we are given an additional option, category base also. Now you can just have a look. Now this actually will be showing the result to you, like each category wise what is the result. If you want to select, for example, instead of showing for the whole store what is the top 10 product, now the new report what we are building is like an not only the top 10, each category wise I can see what is the top 10 products from that particular category.
من ضمن التجارب برضو ان انت بتحتاج ان انت ممكن تشوف اعلى 10 قطع بتتباع عندك في الفرع، فبتطلعوا التقرير دوت بتطلع فيه كل البيانات بتاع الايتمز ديت، اللي هو اعلى 10 مبيعات عندك في قطعه معينه بتتباع.
So these are some additional reports which we want to give it to you. And then we are having an option called price checking. So if you are scanning any product, so you can see what is the price of that item. You can see it like this. What is the current price? And if the product has multiple variants, okay, each variant wise, and for this particular item, what was the last sold values and what is the current actually. And if we are clicking on this, view all variants, each variant wise the system will show you for last, okay, this item for what is the value which was sold last, and what is the current price, and what is the current price effective from. If there is any future price which is going to come, what is the future price you will be having. Like this, the system will show you the details like price details, what is the current price and what is the each variant wise. If there is any change in the price, that system will show you each variant wise. This is to do the price checking of the particular product.
لو في ايتم معين او قطعه معينه عايز تشيك على الاسعار بتاعتها، بتروح على البرايس تشيك ديت، تضغط الكود بتاعها، بيظهر لك التفاصيل بتاعتها، السعر بتاعها البيع او التفاصيل بتاعت السعر بتاعها، ولو في سعر تاني في المستقبل هيتحط فيها يزود او اقل او الكلام ده كله بيتضاف عندك، موجود كل شيء.
And then we are having an option to do the inventory lookup. So inventory lookup means for my store, what is the current on an entry which is available for this one. Once you entered into this particular place, scan the item, system will show you for this particular item on, for example, not only this is right now, okay, it's showing for a particular variant. Okay, now in your store what is the current inventory which is available, and in your nearby store, for example, right now we have created a separate group actually each region wise. For example, within Saudi actually, from the other stores, what all the other stores which is there, and you can see the inventories which is available in the other stores. This is how we can just do a inventory lookup.
دلوقتي لو في ايتم عايز تشوفه موجود فين في فروع تانية، بتخش على انفنتوري لوك اب، بتدور على الايتم دوت نفسه في اماكن تانية في فروع تانية. بعد كده هيتقسم طبعا على حسب البلاد كلها، وهيكون البلاد بتاعتكم موجوده، اللي بالنسبه للسعوديه هتكون فيها الفروع بتاعت السعوديه بس. تقدر تشوف الكميات الموجوده للفرع بتاعك عندك او في فروع تانية.
Now, for example, I scanned an item. Now it is showing for a default variant. For this variant, currently it is showing. For example, for all the variants, I want to see what is the inventory. In such case, just go to this down area, click on view all variants. This will show the pricing for all variants which belongs to this particular item, whatever the item which I scan. For example, this item has white color with this size and white color with some different size like this. So for each size and color combination, so the system will show you what is the inventory currently available in my store. This is a detail, like a product can have a t-shirt can be with a 36, 38, something with a different size with a different colors. Initials from which shown is like with a default variant actually. Now this, if I want to see for this particular t-shirt actually, what are the size and colors which is available, let's say in as a inventory in my store, this we can use it to see. View all variants means it will show with all the variant combinations.
في طريقه تانية ان انت بتشوف الايتم دوت بالديتيلز بتاعته، او بكل تفاصيل عنده. يعني في بعض القطع بتكون مثلا ليها مقاس من مقاس كذا لكذا ليها سعر، ومقاس كذا لكذا ليها سعر، او لون بيبقى ليها سعر تاني، والكميات بتاعتها موجوده. فانت بتروح هنا تفاصيل اكتر، لو عايز تروح تشوف تفاصيل اكتر على القطعه ديت. بالطريقه ديت اللي هي فارينس، بتخش فيها تلاقي كل التفاصيل عن المنتج اللي انت حطيته على طول.
Okay. Now view all discounts means currently what are the discounts. This will help you to understand what are the current promotions. Let's say discounts or offers which is currently going in your store. Currently only employee discount which is applicable for your store. If there is any new promotion or discounts which they are creating and which they are assigning for your store, from this home screen view all discount, you can see what are the discounts currently going in your store.
في طريقه تانية بتعرف الخصومات اللي موجوده، يعني لو في عروض معينه الشركه بتعملها ولا شيء، بتشوف العروض اللي بتيجي عندك في الفرع عندك، بتدخل عليها، فبيظهر لك عندك الخصومات اللي موجوده والعروض اللي موجوده في على الفرع بتاعك. ممكن تكون على الفرع بتاعك بس، تمام. فتلاقي الموجود حاليا دلوقتي اللي هو خصم الموظفين اللي هو 25% اللي موجود دلوقتي. لو في اي عروض تانية هتظهر قدامك.
Now we had seen all these basic things, whatever which is applicable for you. The other options will not be available when you are logging. Actually, I will be removing those other things which is not applicable to Saudi region. Then, okay, for example, the other option which I want to show you. For example, after making all the sales transaction, if you want to see what are the sales transaction you have done, so show journal will help you to see the complete history, like what are the whole sales transaction written, any suspended transactions, anything voided transactions, everything you can see it from here. This is a show journal. You can just go to home screen under shift and dryer, show journal. This will show the complete sales transaction, what was done from your store.
في طريقه مختصره تانية لو عايز تعرف ايه اللي حصل عندك في المبيعات اليوم النهارده، او مبيعات او خصومات او سسبند ترانزاكشن، الحاجات دي كلها بتروح على جورنال ترانزاكشن ديت، وبتروح تشوف فيها كل العمليات ديت باختصار.
Now there are other things. Let's say if I'm clicking on any particular sales transaction, I can see here itself what are the items which got sold and what is the payment method which I used for this particular sales transaction.
طبعا لو انت حبيت تعرف في عمليه معينه او فاتوره معينه عايز تعرف تفاصيلها، الاتيمات اللي فيها موجوده ايه، بتضغط عليها بتظهر لك التفاصيل بتاعتها تحت، وبيظهر لك ان هي اتدفعت كاش او بالفيزا او بالكريدت كارد او الكلام دوت.
Now this has some other options also. Let's say after selecting this, if you want to reprint the receipt, So select that receipt, select the sales transaction, and if you're clicking on show receipt, so if you want to view the receipt and to print, you can go to show receipt or now. If you want to directly, this is the receipt sales transaction which you want to print it. So just to reprint it again, so just select this sales transaction, print receipt. So directly this receipt copy will be printed. That receipt will have a identification to show you whether this is an original or a copy. If I'm printing actually, that will show you this is a copy actually. Here it is. Right now I'm just viewing only. When I'm printing, so it will show you in this receipt with the copy symbol. So this is how we can reprint the receipt. For example, if I want to reprint the receipt, you can come to the show journal, select what is the sales transaction it is. You can click on print. And if you want to send this email again to the customer, from here just click on email receipt. So this will trigger an email again one more time to the customer. And there is another use also. So using advanced search right now, I had given one filters. There are other standard filters also which is available. For example, the customer is coming and he is giving his name only. So you want to search with his name. So in such case, first name and last name you can select and you can just give his details. System will filter only the sales transaction done by that particular customer, an email address, and then receipt number, transaction number, or sales order number, or when this order was actually happened. So if you're filtering with this data, system will, for example, I'm just giving this order data. So we know like it was done only on second actually. If I'm giving this information, so it will filter for your store. On top, this is an additional filter. So it will filter only for this particular today current date. Now you can see whatever the sales transaction which was done for this particular store and with this current date, so system will show you that result only. So using this way you can just use the other standard filters also whatever which is available, and you can just filter and see only the result whatever you want to have.
طبعا هنا بعد ما طلعت اللي هو التقرير المفصل دوت او اللي فيه العمليات اللي فعلا تمت، فعندك الفاتوره موجوده دلوقتي قدامك، فعايز تطبعها مثلا. انت ممكن تطبعها عن طريق البرنت دوت، فبتطبع لك ان هي تطلع لك كوبي او نسخه منها بالشكل اللي هو اللي ظهر قدامكم من شويه، فهتطلع لك نسخه منها. طيب بعد كده انت عايز الفاتوره انت شفتها قدامك وعارف تطبعها. طب انت فواتير عندك كتير يوميا والزبون عندك موجود عندك، فانت ممكن هو يقول لك اي طريقه بحث. فانت في فلتر عندك، تخش على فلتر، في طرق بحث كتيره اللي انت تقدر تبحث بيها من خلال اسمه الاول، اسمه الاخير، ايميله، اي طرق بحث موجوده قدامك دلوقتي. تمام.
There is another purpose also where what you can do generally from the transaction screen. From here you are having this return transaction directly from here also you can do. For example, you want to search some okay, now you want to filter with any data, and then that transaction if you want to return from here, so the return option is available from here also. Select the transaction, whatever the transaction which you want to return, then in the below you are having an option called return. If you are clicking this, it will take you to the next screen with the items what is available in that one. Then you can select and click on return, same like how we had seen the return process.
في طريقه تانية، لو انت عايز ترجع الفاتوره اللي موجوده قدامك بعد ما عملت لها طريقه البحث وطلعت الفاتوره قدامك، فتختار الفاتوره وتقول له ريتيرن. ما تضغط ريتيرن عليها هتظهر لك في شاشه الايه، العمليات بتاعتك اللي هي البيع والشراء. فتظهر لك عمليه ايه الايتم ديت، تختار الايتم اللي انت عايز ترجعه، بتضيفه عندك في الشاشه الرئيسيه، وتقدر تعمل عمليه مرتجع عليه عادي.
Now this is about the show journal. So this print X report, I will tell you. For example, the purpose of this report is the format of X report and Z report, the receipt format will be same only, but the purpose is like X report if I'm running, okay, for example, morning 9 o'clock, I'm opening my shop. That's considered like I'm doing a sales transaction for another 2 or something like that. In between, let's say by 12 o'clock mid, actually I want to see what is the sales transaction for my current day. In that case, if they are clicking on this print X report, you cannot see from here actually. Immediately like sales receipt, the receipt will be printing, X report will be printing. That will give you the full figure starting from morning 9 a.m. till the time when I'm running. For example, 12 o'clock if I'm running from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. right now, what is my sales transaction, return transaction, how much cash I had collected, how much other payment method wise I collected, how many times I had opened the dryer, how many return I have done, all this complete information the receipt will give you.
في تقرير تاني اللي هو الاكس اوت ريبورت اللي انتوا كنتوا بتعملوه قبل كده عادي على السيستم القديم. ده بيظهر لك من بدايه الشيفت لحد الوقت اللي انت بتعمل له رن للريبورت فيه. بيطلع لك في كل حركات اللي تمت على كاشير، دراور فتح كم مره، مبيعات قد ايه، او في مبيعات، في منتجعات، كل امور التفاصيل بتاعه الشيفت كلها بتظهر قدامك.
Now Z report. If you are clicking, okay, Z X report, any number of times you can run. For example, morning 9 a.m. So 12 o'clock you can run and see what is the sales transaction till 12 o'clock. Again, you can run in another 1 hour also, and you can see what is the transaction from morning 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. Something like that. You can run multiple times. Z report actually for the current shift only one time we can print. When means after closing the shift, system itself will print that Z report automatically. You don't need to do anything else. After closing the shift, system will give you from morning 9 a.m. till the time when I'm closing the shift. What is my whole day's active, let's say sales transaction, what was done, something like that. It will show you the for the whole day. Z report only one time we can print.
في الريبورت التاني اللي هو زيت اوت ريبورت. طب ايه الفرق بين الاثنين؟ الاكس اوت ريبورت بيتبع كذا مره في اليوم في كذا شيفت عادي، بتشوف العمليات بتاعتك فيها. لكن الزد اوت ريبورت ده بيطلع مره واحده بس في نهايه اليوم، بعد ما تخلص الشيفتات كلها في نهايه اليوم بعد الكلوزنج كله. بيتعمل برنت لوحده وطول فيه، يطلع لك كل تفاصيل اليوميه، وده تبع مره واحده بس.
Now here there is an option called print Z report, means this is to print the Z report. Z report means the whole day summary report for my previously closed shift. For example, right now I am currently on a today's shift. If I'm clicking on this one, it will not print the Z report for my current shift. It will print for my last shift which was closed. Okay, for example, something I want to refer for my yesterday's some transaction, how much transaction was done, return was done, something like that. I want to cross verify something like that, or I want to see what was done for my previously closed day. Okay, for that one I can use this option. This is for my previously closed shift, not for my current shift. Current shift will print only after closing the shift. When you're closing your shift, system will print for your current day's shift. This is the difference.
الزيت اوت ريبورت لو ضغطنا عليه دلوقتي هيدي لك اليوم اللي قبليه بالكامل، لكن مش هيدي لك نفس اليوم اللي انت شغال فيه دلوقتي لو انت ضغطت عليه. لكن هو اوريدي بعد ما تقفل كل حاجه بالليل بيتبع لك وتشوف كل العمليات اللي انت تقدر تراجع عليها كلها.
And then the next thing is like, I'll tell you about the float entry. Float entry means morning, every day morning, you will be getting some change from your cashier, let's say manager. You will be doing the sales transaction. In some between time, you are running out of change, something like that. You want some change from your manager and you are getting some additional money. Okay. Apart from starting amount, let's say 100 KD. Additionally, let's consider like you are receiving another 50 KD as a change from your manager for your sales transaction. That has to be recorded into the system, right? So any additional money which you are getting, and if you are keeping in cash drawer, that should be entered as a float entry. Any additional money you are receiving from your manager and keeping it there, that should be float entry.
في الايقونه اللي موجوده اسمها فلوت انتري، دي بتعمل ايه؟ دلوقتي انت الفلوس معاك، عايز تاخد فكه تاني ولا شيء، او مبلغ تاني من المدير عندك، فانت ممكن تاخد منه مبلغ تاني اضافي، بس لازم تسجله هنا فلوت انتري. لازم تسجل اي مبلغ اضافي خدته وتحطه داخله على السيستم دوت.
Now there is an option called tender removal. If you are removing some cash, okay, from your current cash drawer, some money, for example, starting amount is there, sales transaction amount is there. If you're taking some money from there, okay, okay, in such cases you have to declare like in tender removal, something which you are removing, and you are telling the system like I am removing this much of money from here. So that system will have the record like starting amount, let's say 100, let's consider like 500 worth of I had done a sales transaction. Totally this the cash driver will have 600. I'm taking, let's consider like 50 KD from that one. So I need to tell the system like I'm taking 50 KD, so that at the end of the day it will match either, for example, starting amount is 100, sales transaction is 500, and you have taken 50 means, so system knows you already taken that one. So at the end of the day the value will match without telling the system. If you're taking directly that one, at the end of the day system will show you like 600, but there will be only 550. So system will show you like there is a shortage. Without system knowledge it was taken.
طبعا نفس الشيء العكس، لو انت في مبلغ هتشيله من عندك من الكاشير نفسه هترجعه للمدير او هتعمل بيه اي شيء، فلازم تقول له ان هو تندر ريموفال. كلمه تندر ريموفال ديت هي اللي بتعمل العمليه ديت، ان انت بتشيل جزء من من الكاشير عندك وبتشيله من عندك خالص وبترجعه للاداره عندك، فبتيجي في نهايه اليوم بيبان عندك في الريبورت ان انت شلت المبلغ دوت ورجعته. تمام.
Any questions so far on these operations? At least can you guys confirm like this is clear so far?
Yeah, it's clear so far.
Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. Now the next operation right now, one more thing I just want to ask you. In KSA, are we doing bank drop and safe drop? Check with him.
في عندكم عمليات بتتم في الفرع، لو انت بتحط في مثلا فرع بيحط الفلوس نفسها في البنك او بيحطها في الخزنه عنده، كاش بتعملوا فيه ايه؟
Means, for example, every day, let's say the bank person can come to the store to collect some money. You will be giving whatever the cash amount which, let's sales amount which you are collecting, that will be going to the bank, right? You will be taking from your cash drawer and you will be giving to your person who is taking to that bank. So this is nothing but the bank drop. So what are the money which you are taking from your cash drawer and sending it to the bank? So that has to be declared to the system, so that system will know what is the amount which was taken from the cash drawer and it has sent to bank. The other thing is nothing but the safe drop. Safe drop means, for example, you are taking all the cash, let's say whatever the sales amount from the cash drawer inside your store actually in a safe box. If you are keeping okay that money, maybe it can be sent to bank on the next day also. In such cases you will be taking your cash and you will be keeping it inside the safe drop. So in such case this option is available whenever you're taking that money from your cash drawer, and if you're keeping in safe drop, system will know now it has been removed and it is present there in the safe drop only. So it will have the record properly what was taken and where it is currently.
في تجميع الكاش في نهايه اليوم، ان لو هو انت بتحط الكاش دوت تاخده وتحطه في الخزنه، فانت لازم تعرف في السيستم ان انت المبلغ الكاش اللي عندك ده حطيته في خزنه، فتحط تعمل سيف دروب وتحط عليه المبلغ اللي انت هتحطه في خزنه. لو انت هتاخد المبلغ دوت تروح حاطه في البنك، لو جنب البنك جنبيك وتعمل ايداعات بالمبلغ اللي عندك الكاش، بتقول له بنك دروب، تحط فيه المبلغ اللي انت رايح تحطه في البنك وتضيف نوت على السيستم.
So can you please confirm whether are we doing this bank drop and safe drop from Saudi?
عايزين نعرف بس انتوا بتعملوا بايه في الكاش اللي عندكم؟
هلا عبد الرحمن، هو
ما
الكاش
بتعملوش حاجه بالكاش
بيجمعوه.
ولا ايه؟
لا الكاش بعد ما بيقفل وكده بيحط فلوسه في الخزنة، بيجي واحد الصبح بياخد الفلوس بيحطها في البنك، تمام، بس ما بيعملوش على السيستم ده.
طب احنا عايزين نعمل العمليات ديت عليها عشان تبقى معروفه احسن ليكم.
لا. طيب ما تعملوا ابديت
في
بنطلع
الاخر
لايف
خالص كده،
عليه.
في الاخر خالص بنعرفكم فيها ان انت في الاخر خالص
دي
هتضغط على
بقى
السيف
خطوه
بوكس.
جديده يعني ان هم الناس تشتغل عليها.
اه
تمام.
ماشي اوكي.
easy. Ah, then in that case, they have to do the safe drop only, not a bank drop. Okay, so every day, whenever he is taking the money and he is keeping in the safe drop, and from there it is going to bank, right? So let them follow the same procedure. Like every day, whenever they're taking the money from the cash box, keeping it safe, right? So let them declare the safe drop. Okay, so that system will know, like, so it has been moved to safe drop. From there, if it is going, system will know, like this is amount which has gone there, and when on the end of the day, the system will tally it. So there will not be any difference. Safe drop they have to continue with.
طيب يعني في الحاله اللي انت قلتها يا محمود دي كلها لازم كل واحد يعمل سيف دروب ويحط الفلوس في كانه بيحط الخزنه بالليل، فيضغط بيها المبلغ اللي هو سيف دروب ويحط المبلغ فيه.
Hope this is clear.
تمام. لا كلير.
Okay, now I will show you one flow. In such case, you are doing a safe draft, right? I will tell you how to do this one time. So for to do the safe drop, just click this safe drop, and we have option both way. Let's say total amount. For example, let's select Saudi Riyal, let's say 5,000 Saudi Riyal, something like that. You are collected for the whole day. If you want to declare directly this way, let's say the total value, yes, you can declare the total value here. On the other way, for example, if you want to declare based on the denomination raise. Now in your screen, actually in the live, it will show you with the Saudi Riyal, actually, whatever the currency it is. Now I connected with the Kuwait store, so it is showing like KWD. In your store, with your denomination, it will show you. Now each denomination wise, whatever the money which you are actually taking, if you want to declare, yes, each denomination wise, whatever the quantity you are having, if you are keep entering that one, same like declare starting amount we have done, right? So system will give you the total value, then you can click OK, and then you can bring that value. On the other way, if you want to directly just declare like what is the amount which I'm taking, for example, 5,000 I'm taking from there, and I can just click save. So system will know like this much of amount you are taken from the cash dryer and it has moved to safe drop.
مجرد ما ضغطت على كلمه سيف على الدروب سيف دوت، تضغط عليها بتظهر لك عندك الخانه اللي انت ممكن تكتب فيها المبلغ كله اجمالي 5000 على طول، تحطهم ان هم يروحوا على طول، او ان انت ممكن تفقطهم على حسب الفئات العمله اللي عندك. بتحط الفئات كلها 10 و20 و15 وكده وتحطهم، بعد كده بيجمع السيستم الاجمالي بتاعك كله.
And you can click OK, like save to this to complete, and there will be a receipt, actually save drop receipt also you can get it. And you can, okay, for example, with that receipt, for example, you will be having some bag, right? So you will keeping that money inside that one. On top of that, you can just wrap it and you can stick that receipt also, just for your quick understanding. If you're clicking
بعد ما عملت العمليه بتاعتك ديت خلاص وحطيت المبلغ كله، خلاص بتقول سيف، فبيطبع لك ورقه بالمبلغ ده كله. لو انت عندك مثلا في كيس معين بتحط فيه الفلوس ديت، فممكن تدبس معاها الورقه ديت، بيبين المبلغ اللي جوه كام، وتحفظها في الايه، في الخزنه عندك لغايه ما يجي تاني يوم الايداعات يعملها ايداع كلها كمان.
now I'm clicking save here. Now I concluded this process, save drop process. Apart from this, so for example, I want to show you this one also. Suspend the shift. What is meant by suspend shift means in some emergency cases only. Generally, when you are opening your shift in the morning, at the end of the day, if you are closing your shift, you have to close the shift and you have to maintain properly. In some exceptional cases in an emergency, for example, the person who is logged in a day and he is not feeling well or sick, something like that, or due to some other emergency reason, if he is leaving the shop and he only has the detail what is the tender declaration at the end of the day, if there is any money shortage or something like that, he only has the record. Now this one tender declaration at the end of the day, we cannot do it until unless we are getting information from him. But still, this point of sale has to be given to the next person to continue the sales transaction, right? So what we can do is like, instead of closing it with the wrong value, we can suspend this transaction, suspend this shift, sorry. Then system will allow to create a new shift to continue with the next person to do his continue like with the sales transaction. So this like an only used to be only on emergency situations, not like in regular basis.
دلوقتي لو في اي حد على الكاشير موجود وحصلت ظرف طارئ ان هو لازم يسيب الكاشير يتحرك من مكانه، يروح في اي حته في بره او يخرج بره ولا شيء. فبدل ما نعمل تقفيل اليوميه بتاعه والكلام دوت، هو هيجي يرجع تاني. فنعمل سسبند شيفت. سسبند شيفت ان انت بتوقف الشيفت بتاعه مؤقت، وتقدر ان انت كاشير تاني يجي يقف مكانه ويفتح شيفت بتاعه تاني ويشتغل بيها كلها تمام اوكي. ولما يرجع هنوريكم برضه يرجعها ازاي.
Okay, now let's consider like the shift is suspended. Only managers right now we are going to give the permission, okay, to just open that suspended shift and to close it once he got the information. So other persons like any other persons cannot do until unless the same person or the managers can log in into that shift and close that shift. So to do that one, once they logged in, actually they can just go to this manage shifts and they can see any suspended shift is there. For example, these are some current shift which is going on at different terminals. I connected from a store called Rai with which has a more than 16 terminals, something like that. On each terminals parallelly other persons are opened their shift and they are working right now. From this particular shift pause terminal, we can see there are some shift which was in a pending state, means suspended state. These things, let's say right now, let's consider the manager connected with that person and he got the details and he is ready to close his day. In such case, he can just click on the suspend transaction and then he can click OK. Right now that permission was given, not given here. Then once he got his details like okay, and we will give the permission for them, okay, then he can just log in into that shift and he can do whatever the tender declaration activities, everything, then going to this manage shift to close that shift. So select that shift. There is an option called close shift. Right now the permission was not given, so it is showing like this. I will give the permission only to the managers, then the manager can close the shift from here.
في حالة إن الموظف ما جاش تاني أو عايز يقفل الشيفت الموجود، فمدير الفرع بيخش على كلمة مانج ديت ويخش يشوف الحاجات اللي موجودة اللي هي سسبند، ويختار السسبند ويقول له كلوز شيفت، فيقدر هو مدير الفرع يديله الصلاحية ديت. فهي دلوقتي مش موجودة لأنه ما عندوش صلاحية اليوزر اللي شغال دلوقتي. احنا داخلين في فرع اسمه الراي، في 16 كاشير موجود. 16 كاشير زي ما انت شايف، في الكاشيرية كلها مفتوحة شغالة، وفي 2 كاشير بس معمول لهم سسبند. فاللي عنده صلاحيه بدور الفرع اللي هو يقدر يخليه ينهي الشيفت بتاعه ويقفله ويعدل الفلوس بتاعته ويقفل الشيفت بتاعه كله. فبيديله صلاحيه اللي هي كلوز شيفت، بيقفل الشيفت بتاعه.
Hope this suspend shift and manage shift is clear, right? So on an emergency situation, how to use this. In general, we have to open the shift at the end of the day, complete with all your save drop, tender declaration, then close the shift. This is a normal process which should be followed. Only on exceptional cases, they can suspend the shift and they can give that information to the manager, so the manager can log in and do the tender declaration and close the shift. Or once the employee is back, actually he also can log in and resume in existing shift and he can close the day like save drop, tender declaration and close his shift.
برضه نفس الشيء الموظف هو كمان ممكن يجيب اللي هي السسبند ديت، تخش مانج شيفت ويختار الشيفت بتاعه ويرجعها ان هو يقفل الايه الشيفت بتاعه. فالموظف ممكن يعملها او مديره.
Okay. Now we had covered everything like most of the time like day into day last one two activities which are pending. Before going to that one, I want to make sure everything we had covered, all the things whatever we are following right now in our stores. Anything which you guys feel like missing?
احنا غطينا كل العمليات اللي بتتم عند الكاشير دلوقتي، ففي اي حاجه ناقصه عايزين تسالوا فيها، حاجه مش واضحه عندكم مش موجوده بتعملوها زياده واحنا ما قلناهاش.
Can you team please can you confirm at least like everything is covered or is it okay so far?
Yeah, it's clear
Except
so
the
far.
day in process.
Yeah, it's clear so far.
Thank you. Now the very during the time of day in process, okay, save drop you will be doing maybe in the morning, afternoon, whatever the time it may be, or before closing the shift. The final process before closing the shift is like doing the tender declaration. What is meant by tender declaration means I will just give it some example. Okay. Okay, let's consider currently we are in a shift number 12. Okay, morning I opened my shift. Okay, let's kind of like starting amount. Now consider like this is an cash payment method, card, and then gift card, and then check like that. Okay, like this there are multiple payment methods you will be having on your day. First activity after opening a shift, you will be declaring your starting amount. Let's say 100 KD you are declaring. Now you're doing your sales transactions. Okay. Now let's consider like worth of 5,000 something like that. You are doing your sales transaction. Now there is an safe drop which you are doing. For example, let's consider like for the worth of this 5,000 whatever you are collected before closing your shift. Let's consider like you are doing your safe drop. Means you are removing everything is based on the cash dryer. Now whatever you are seeing, this activity is based on the cash dryer. Okay, morning when I'm doing my starting amount, I'm keeping the starting amount in my cash dryer. Whatever the sales transaction which I'm doing, any amount like physical cash which I'm receiving, I'm keeping in my cash dryer. And save drop, okay, I'm removing it from my cash dryer. So that is why I've given like a minus symbol. Now there are other payment methods, let's say card or something. Let's say for 1,000, let's say 1,000 I received through card, and let's consider like you should not consider this as okay. Now let's do this way. This is the right. Let's say 2,000 worth of gift card you had made a sales, 5,000 worth of check you had made a sales. Now these are the different payment method. Through this payment method you collected for the whole day. For this particular shift, each payment method, this is amount which you are collected. Now we are on the end of the day, tender declaration. What we have to do is like we have to physically count what is the current amount which is present in your cash dryer. The other amount already system is having, you don't have to do anything. System knows like against a sales transaction using this card payment, you had received this one. Against a sales transaction with the gift card payment method, you had received. All this information is there. But the cash is the only thing which is physically with you. So system is not, a system has to confirm with you. Now what you have to do is you have to physically count what is the current cash which you are having. After removing this 5,000, obviously you will be having the balance this amount only, right? At the end of the day. Example, you are not taking the full money to the safe drop. For example, you are taking only 3,000 to the safe drop. In such case, how it will be? So your cash dryer will be having 2,100 as a cash. So at the end of the day, after physically counting what is present in your cash dryer, that amount you have to take this and you have to declare in the tender declaration. Hope this is clear. This example.
دلوقتي في نهايه
With
اليوم احنا هنيجي نعمل ايه؟ هنعمل اللي هي التسويه بتاع العقده بتاعتنا. فده احنا عاملين لكم دلوقتي مثال كده قدامكم. انت بتتعامل طبعا مع الكاش دراور بتاعك او صندوق العقده بتاعك اللي موجود في المبيعات بتاعتك اليوميه. فاحنا دلوقتي بنقول ان شيفت رقم 12 بتاعنا اللي هو موجود، رحنا خدنا كاش في الاول اليوم اللي هو 100 دينار هو ال 100 ده العقده اللي معانا في اول اليوم. تمام. وعملنا مبيعات 5000. اوكي، 5000 كاش، وفي 1000 كارت، وفي 2000 بجيفت كارت، وفي 5000 في شيك. طبعا انت اول حاجه اللي هو كاش دراور ده اللي انت بتتعامل بس معاه. الباقي ده مالكش دعوه بيه، هو اوريدي موجود في السيستم وموجود قدامك وهو هيطلع لك في التقرير عادي. لكن انت دلوقتي كل العمليات بتاعتك بتتم على الكاش دراور، على البوكس بتاعك. البوكس بتاعك دلوقتي في عقده ال100 اللي انت خدتها، وفي المبيعات ال 5000. تمام. فانت عايز تحط في السيف بوكس عندك 3000، بتحط الماينس بتاعه وتعد الكميات اللي عندك الموجوده، وتحط الباقي اللي هو تكلير، تندر تكلير المبلغ الباقي تحطه في، عايز تحطه في ايه؟ في الحساب عندك. فدي عمليات اللي انت بتتم عليها كلها يوميا على الكاش دراور. فانت ليك كل حاجه كاش دراور بس. تمام. الباقي ده بيطلع لك في التقرير اللي هو الحاجات التانية من خلال الكارت او الجيفت او الشيك. اوكي.
So at the end of the day, you just have to count directly whatever the cash which is currently present in a cash drawer, that has to be declared as a tender declaration. This is the only activity which you have to do it on the tender declaration place. Whatever currently physically available in your cash drawer. But before doing that one, if you're doing any safe draw, something like that, you have to take that money from there so that it will remove from your cash drawer, and you have to declare as a safe draw in your system. So that system will also have the record like what was the money taken from there. Then physically count what is the balance amount which you are having.
طبعا بعد ما عملت العمليه ديت وتحط الفلوس في الخزنه بيظهر لك انت المبلغ لو في حاجه عندك تاني، لكن انت المفروض ان انت تقول له دروب سيف دوت على اساس تحطه في الخزنه، فتشيل المبلغ ده يبقى عقد عليك وموجود عندك على السيستم، فبيتنقل عليهم على طول السيف بوكس ويتحط عليه.
Hope this is clear. Like tender declaration, how to do this with a clarity. So I had given some example also. Can you please team confirm whether this is clear, so that this is a very important part, because at the end of the day, based on the tender declaration what you are declaring, that will only will go to back office, and from the finance team it will be easy for them to cross verify. So this is a final output which you are telling from the system. So is this clear? So this is an important area.
دي المنطقه ديت مهمه جدا، ان احنا في نهايه اليوم التقفيل في حد عنده اي سؤال، احنا عملنا لكم مثال اهوت في التقفيل، واوريدي انتوا شغالين عليه يوميا التقفيل، لكن انتوا عايزين بس تعرفوا الطريقه بتاعته ازاي ماشي على السيستم الجديد. فلو في اي حد عنده سؤال بالنسبه ليها يبلغنا دلوقتي يا دكتور.
هذه عبد الرحمن نعملها يوميا في نهاية الشيفت، التندر
اي
ديكلاريشن.
اسئله يا شباب؟
ها التندر ديكلاريشن نعملها في نهاية الشيفت يوميا، ونسمع ومعها البانك دروب اوريدي هي في السيستم موجودة يعني. فإذا كانت في السيستم الجديد بتكون يعني أتمنى أن تكون مثلها يعني.
معلش سؤال تاني كده مش سامع كويس، اتفضل.
التندر ديكلاريشن في نهاية
اه
الشيفت تنعمل احنا يوميا يعني عندنا، ومعاها يكون البانك دروب كامل يعني، ما نقفل الشفت الا يعني بعد تقفيل الشفت نعملها. فهي نورمال تنعمل عندنا يوميا هذه.
اه دي العمليات اليوميه بتاعتكم او
ايه
بنهايه الشيفت الموظف نفسه.
صحيح.
عندك مثلا الشيفت الفرع مثلا بيبقى فيه 2 شيفت عليه، مثلا موظف صباحي وموظف مسائي، فانت بتقفل الشيفت بتاعه وتخلص العهده بتاعته وتاخد المبلغ بتاعه وتحطه في الخزنه،
ايه
والموظف اللي بعديه نفس الشيء هيجي ويخلص معاك ويديك، والكيس بتاعه مقفول عليه، عشان المحاسب مثلا او اي حد بيجي ياخد الفلوس الصبح تاني يوم للبنك بيبقى عارف
صحيح
ده الكيس ده بتاع مين وده بتاع مين، ويعد بنفسه عشان دي عقده
ايه
بنفسه. لو في كيس شخص ناقص ولا شيء فمعروف الاسم بتاعه متدبس معاه المبلغ بتاعه واللي هو طلعه من على السيستم.
صحيح. شكرا.
تمام. فلو في اي
تمام.
شيء تاني يا شباب، حد عايز كان شايف ان في طريقه معينه صعب عليه وعايزين نصعبها نسهلها له يعني. تمام كده اهوت يعني كده خلاص اوكي.
Okay, team, I'm just considering the silence as you are aware and clear about this process. If not, means stop me. I'm ready to explain one more time also. So please make sure this is an important step to do this.
احنا واخدين إن السكوت دوت علامه الرضا يا شباب، يعني انتوا كده مرضيين وكل حاجه تمام. حد عايز يسال اي سؤال يساله دلوقتي. اوكي احنا بنكرر كذا مره السؤال دوت. تمام.
Okay. Now I'm going to tender declaration. I will show you the same thing how what I discussed. Okay. Now let's consider I have done my save drop before closing this. Let's consider like I'm physically counting what is my amount which I'm having physically in my cash dryer, and what was the physically available amount which I'm declaring here. And I'm just clicking OK. Then system will show you what is the final value which I'm going with. I should click on save to confirm. I should not go back. If I'm going back, this is not something like saved. Right now this is open. I need to click on save to confirm this.
دلوقتي هنوريك بقى الطريقه العمليه اللي هي الطريقه بتتعمل ازاي. فبتضغط على التكلير تندر، وبتضغط بعد كده المبلغ اللي احنا عديناه، او نحط المبلغ الاكونت نفسه المبلغ اللي احنا جمعناه بنحطه هناك. لو رجعت ورا المبلغ ده يعتبر ما تسيفش وما اتحطش لسه، لكن انت بعد ما تحط المبلغ لازم تقول له سيف.
Once I click save here, there is a receipt. Immediately system will print one receipt called tender declaration slip, that you can see what is the value you have declared by mistake. For example, actually it should be something like an 100. By mistake, if you have declared it like 1000, what you can do is same like I had given the option like 10 starting amount, last value, whatever you're declaring, system will take the final last value before closing the shift. Okay, that is a final value, right? Same way, tender declaration also I had given the last value as a final. By mistake, first time I declared it like in 1000, but actual value is 100 means again you can come to this place and you can just click enter and you can enter your value and save this. So that 1000 will be there in the history, but don't worry. So this new value what you are giving as a 100, right? That is a final value which will be taken as a tender declaration for my current shift.
بعد ما عملت عمليه الحفظ عليها او السيف، فانت لقيت ان المبلغ لا في تعديل فيه، عايز تحط لا المبلغ بدل ما كنا حطيناه ودخلنا صفر زياده مثلا، فبدل ما هو 1000 لا انا هاخد لي 100. فممكن ترجع تاني لنفس المكان اللي هو تندر ديكليشن، اللي هو الديكليشن تندر، وبعد كده تضغط المبلغ اللي هو الصح اللي هو ال 100. فالسيستم بياخد اخر مبلغ انت بتضيفه، هو دوت اللي بيضيفه عندك، هو بياخده عندك في التصويت اللي عندك يعني.
I'm clicking this 100. So that 1000 will not be there. That will be removed from this one. So this 100 only will be considered as a tender declaration. Now I completed with my one. So now the final thing which we have to do is like closing the shift. Okay. Now one thing I want to highlight here again, before closing the shift. Okay. For this, for example, I'm into shift number 12. Okay. Before closing this shift, I want to make sure everything I have done it. Let's say if there is any pending sales transaction which has to be added to this shift, that has to be completed with, or if there is any pending save draft which I have to do, that I have to complete with. Tender declaration is a mandatory value that I have to be declared. So after making sure all this is completed, then only finally we have to come here and click this close shift. Once the shift is closed, again, okay, the system will not give you any options to come back to this particular shift to this pending activity.
مجرد ما خلصنا تسويه العقده بتاعتنا وحددنا المبلغ بتاعنا والكلام دوت، فالمفروض ان انت لازم تروح تعمل كلوز شيفت. لو عملت كلوز شيفت خلاص مفيش رجوع تاني للشيفت دوت، رقم 12 دوت الشيفت اللي شغال، خلاص مفيش هترجع له تاني. فلازم تاخد بالك ان انت قفلت امورك كلها تمام، وتضغط كلوز شيفت، تقفل الشيفت بتاعك وتخلص على كده اليوم بتاعك.
Okay, now before closing the shift, one thing I will show you and I close the shift. So changing the password for the users. For example, change password we are given in the home screen. If you are clicking on the change password, it will ask you your current password. New password you can set whatever you want, and the same new password you can click it here to confirm that. This way you can change your existing password. To reset your password, by some cases, okay, if you forgot your password, you can inform your manager, okay, to reset it. So they can do it from back office, or they can do it from, you can, for example, from here actually, just if you are clicking on this one, what is the operator ID, and then what is the, for example, this option, if you're telling your manager actually, okay, uh, okay, to change your password, okay, you forgot your password, you can inform your, so the manager will log in in his ID, and he can enter your ID and the password, whatever the new password you want to have, that he will enter and he will change it for you. This will be done only with the manager login only. So this option will not be available for the cashiers.
الاوبشن التاني اللي احنا حاطينه اضافي عندكم ان هو ان انت تقدر تغير الباسورد بتاعتك، هي كلمه تشينج باسورد. تروح مغير الباسورد بتاعتك اللي هي لازم تحط القديمه وتحط الجديده. الاوبشن التاني الريسيت للباسورد اللي هو اعاده تعيين تاني للباسورد، ده بتبقى عن طريق المدير الفرع، بيكون معاه الصلاحيه ان هو يقدر يغيرها لك. تمام.
Now let's consider like you want to keep your personal password. So that is something which you don't have to share it to your manager also. You want to keep your own password, right? In such cases, what the manager can do is like he can enter your ID and he can some standard password, let's say 12345 something like that. He can set it for you. Then once he is enabling this option, require operator to change the password after use. If he is enabling this one and if he is saying yes, actually he will be resetting 1234 something as a standard password. Then once you logged in at the first time, the system will ask you to change the password. So using this new password what the manager has given like 1234 or whatever it may be, you can use that password as a current password to change your new password.
في طريقه تانيه اللي هي بطريقه المدير الفرع مثلا ان هو يغير لك الباسورد، فانت عندك في باسورد دي شخصيه مش عايز تقولها له الكلام ده، فهو ممكن يخش يعدلها لك بالباسورد العاديه اللي هي 1 2 3 او اي شيء، ويعلم لك العلامه ديت اللي هي بتاعت يس ديت، بحيث ان انت اول ما تيجي تعمل لوجن هتحط الباسورد اللي هو مديها لك ديت، وانت تحط الباسورد بتاعتك الجديده اللي انت عايز تحطها بنفسك، اللي انت فاهمها وعارفها، اللي تقدر تحطها وما تنساش. تمام. اهم حاجه بس موضوع الباسوردات دوت عشان ما يكونش فيه مشاكل ما بين الناس، حد يخش على جهاز تاني، ده عهده بالنسبه لك، فلازم الباسوردات تكون معاكم انتوا شخصيا بس.
Okay. So this is about how to change the password and to reset the password. Now I am completed with everything. Okay, like what is the day in day out activities you have to do it from your stores. Now the final thing I have to do at the end of the day after declaring the tender everything, clicking on the close shift. Okay, if I'm clicking on this one, it means you are completed for your day and there is no further activities which is pending to do for this particular shift. So once you close the shift, system will automatically print that Z report for my current shift. For example, my current shift is 12. After closing only, system will know like it is the end actually. Starting we know, ending this is the ending actually. So once we close this, system will automatically print that Z report that you will have the details like for the whole day for this particular shift, what is the sales transaction done, return transaction done, each payment method wise what you are collected so far, everything that will give you the detailed information. You don't have to click anywhere to print that Z report. System itself will print that Z report automatically.
طبعا بعد ما خلصت العقده بتاعتك ورحت رايح على كلمه كلوز شيفت، ده خلاص دي اخر مرحله عندك، مش هتقدر ترجع لها تاني. مجرد ما عملت كلوز شيفت خلاص مش هتقدر ترجع لحاجه تاني، وخلاص بيظهر لك كل حاجه. مجرد ما عملت كلوز شيفت برضه هيطلع لك الزيت ريبورت، دي لوحده بيطلع تلقائي، مش محتاج ان انت تطبعه ولا شيء، هو تلقائي هيطلع يطلع لك فيه العمليات كلها اليوميه بتاعتك في الشيفت بتاعتك. اوكي.
Okay, I'm clicking on this. Now my shift number 12 got closed. I have done for my day. Everything is completed for this day. Now I'm just giving it to like open. So we had completed everything from the point of sale side, like what we have to done actually. Let me know if there is anything missing or any clarifications needed. So I'll just try to answer your, or at least give me a confirmation. Like so for whatever we discussed and we had gone through for this last day and today, is it clear or how it is? Like I would like to know the feedbacks.
كده احنا خلصنا كل حاجه بالنسبه للعمليات اليوميه اللي بتحبوا تعملوها على كاشير. فلو في حد عنده اي سؤال بالنسبه لامبارح والنهارده يبلغنا.
So far it's clear, but I think we need more practice to.
Yes, I am completely with you.
Yeah, but
So for this practice,
Yeah, sorry, but what if we have any problem later regarding while doing we are doing the practice, whom we
Okay.
will contact for that?
Okay, there is an WhatsApp group was created, right? In that one, okay, now actually I was little bit busy with this UAT and then to give the training and to the different teams actually. Even Kuwait team also we planned and we had given. Now we had completed this training also, right? So there are
Mm.
other two trainings which I'm working with parallelly. Okay, now you have your system, right? So now the plan is actually is like for each. I will check with Mr. Ali actually. I think that is the plan. So they will be giving one like an test store to practice this one. Okay, with the data and all, you can uh, it is
Mm.
only one system we are given, but they need for each storeways. Yes, so the plan is like I will check with Mr. Ali actually on this one, whether they will be giving one PC for each store. Okay, and with
Mm-hmm.
that store that is connected with the test environment, please do please utilize this system to do complete let's say training from your side, like what are the different scenarios, what is you are currently doing so far, what I had given, whether everything is working for you, or do you have any doubt, something like that. Practice with all the scenarios. Then if there is any doubt, something like that, in our WhatsApp group you can just paste it like what is your doubt. Okay, and what clarification you need, I will try to answer from my side. And there is Mr. Fawaz also is there with us. He also will like reply back to you, like if there is anything like questions from your side. So we too will try to answer your questions and we
Oh,
will guide you. This is the
okay,
plan.
thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for your time and the patience and the cooperation so far.
Okay,
Thank you all.
after this.
Thank you. Thank you all.
شكرا يا شباب، مع السلامة.